All right, everyone. So we have a brand new trailer for God of War Ragnarok, probably the only game that's coming out this year that I'm actually looking forward to. And after seeing this trailer, honestly, I'm even more hyped for this game than I was before. Now, we are going to go over this trailer. We are going to discuss everything that we see here. I will leave a link to it in the description of this video, just in case you haven't seen it, if you want to go watch it. So let's go over this trailer, and please guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And while you're here, if you really want to support the channel, please consider leaving a like, sharing this video out there, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, make sure to ring the bell for notifications, and let's go ahead. Oh yeah.
Everyone keeps secrets. Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
Okay, so yeah, all right, so let's pause right here, which by the way, I am going to pause every now and then, obviously, so I can avoid copyright, but let's just talk about this right here. So here we see Kratos. I can't really tell where this place is. I mean, we do see a bed, so I'm assuming this probably is their place, but I don't think this is the place that we normally see them in, the place that we saw them in the first God of War game, God of War 2018. And the reason why I think that is because of what happens later on in the trailer. I'll expand on that when we get to that part, but I think that this is in their new place. And here we see Kratos, he's taking off the blades. I don't know why. And he's later on we see him laying down the Leviathan axe, which by the way, I do love that here we actually see the pouch that was used to carry Faye's ashes. Nice little Easter egg there. I don't know if that's actually going to come to play in the actual game, but I wonder if maybe they added this here just as a nice little Easter egg for, you know, fans. But let's talk about this right here real quick. Talking about Atreus, or Loki, I guess if you want to call him, talking about, you know, everybody keeping secrets, and you know, sometimes listen to what he says.
Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
Okay, so he talks about keeping secrets, and sometimes the best way to protect the ones we love. Now, this is interesting because this is essentially what Kratos did at the in the first game. You know, he was keeping secrets about his past from Atreus. You know, he wasn't telling him, you know, everything about his past, and because he wanted to protect him. It's understandable. Now, obviously, Atreus does know now, but I have always wondered whether or not Kratos will ever give him like the full story of what actually happened, you know, how he ended up becoming the God of War, what he accidentally did, how he killed his wife and daughter. Now, granted, he was tricked, but he is still technically responsible for their deaths. I wonder if he will ever tell him that. But I do find it interesting that right now Atreus is doing to Kratos what Kratos did to him in the first game, and we see more examples of, or we see statements from Atreus as to why he's doing this. And I do have my theories as to what's going on, but we'll get to that part. But let's just continue watching, or when we get to that part, I'll elaborate more on what I think might be happening.
I know you.
Okay, so here we see this is Tyr, obviously Kratos using the blade to, I don't know whether that was a rope. Yeah, I mean, it looked like a rope. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw this, I thought maybe he was cutting like his hair. Like maybe Tyr's hair just grew so long and that's what was being used to keep him, you know, to keep him chained to this place right here. But no, you can see the rope and he's obviously just cutting it, which I wonder why, like, maybe this is some magic rope that, you know, Kratos maybe only with his power that's in the blades of chaos can be used to cut it. Like anything Tyr had, maybe Odin just made sure that nothing Tyr had could actually be able to cut the rope. But in comes Kratos, which I don't think Odin ever accounted for him, and his powers from Greece as opposed to what they have here in, you know, in I don't know what location, but in Norse.
Know you. God killer.
Now, I have seen some people theorize that maybe this is flames that they got from Surtur in Muspelheim. Now, it's possible. I mean, maybe in order to free Tyr, they thought that, okay, we're gonna need the flames from Surtur himself, because his flames are the only thing that are strong enough to actually cut, you know, the rope that's keeping him there. At least that's my or not my, I don't know why I said that, but that's other people's theories as to what I've heard some people say. I don't know whether that's true. I do see them doing this, but we'll see. Let's go ahead. Let's continue.
What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool right there. How he defeated that light elf right here. Which, by the way, this is one thing that I think some people did complain about when it comes to the gameplay in the previous game, is that how you defeated enemies was kind of similar, kind of repetitive. There wasn't really a lot of variety, and I wonder if maybe this is them addressing that, because I don't think we've ever been able to kill any enemy in this way, where we actually take their weapon and kill them, which is interesting because we saw that a lot in God of War 3, if I remember. Yeah, there were some enemies where we actually took their weapon and we used it to kill them. So I wonder if maybe they brought that back here.
God of war you came to find.
Yeah, see how he took his sword and used it to kill him. That was pretty cool.
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos?
So this is interesting. Okay, so you can clearly see that's you can see the hairline going back. So obviously whoever this person is, they're old. People probably are going to theorize that maybe this is Odin. I don't know whether that's true or not. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously this is mirroring Kratos' entrance in the first game. I don't know whether that's true. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I can see how if you look here, you can see that the hairline's going back. That obviously happens when people get older. Their hairline starts to move back. So maybe this is like an old man. Maybe this is Kratos, or who knows? Maybe it's someone else. Or excuse me, not Kratos. I don't know why I said that. Maybe this is Odin. We'll see.
All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim,
But you don't believe in any of it.
and still I follow.
Okay, so this is interesting. So it's more of what I said before, or what the trailer told us before, where Atreus is now the one keeping secrets. So my prediction, and this is just my prediction, I don't know whether it's going to turn out to be true. I predict that Atreus probably knows about the future, about what's going to happen in the future. And maybe one of the things that he saw in, I'm guessing probably he had like a vision, or maybe earlier when we saw him, where's the list here? Maybe if this is Odin, maybe Odin was able to show him the future. And one thing that he saw was, in my opinion, probably Kratos' death. At least that's what I'm thinking, because we see here in this scene, Atreus is keeping something from him. He's not telling Kratos. And I think that, in my opinion, my prediction is that's what he's not telling him. Like, Atreus is probably taking steps to make sure that the events that lead to Kratos' death doesn't happen. And maybe because he is afraid that, if he doesn't, then Kratos, his dad, will die. Which is kind of interesting because, if we know about Kratos' history, it wouldn't be the first time he was fated to die. Remember in God of War 2 when he went up against the Fates, they told him that, you only showed up here because we allowed it to happen, and we said that you are not the one to take down the gods. Obviously, that turned out not to be true, which is interesting because we actually see Kratos referencing that all throughout this trailer. We'll get to it, don't worry. But that's kind of my prediction as to what might happen, is that Atreus probably saw a vision of the future, whether it's thanks to Odin or some other way. He saw Kratos dying, and it somehow connects to that mural that we saw at the end of God of War 2018, where a lot of people theorize that, was that Kratos dying in Atreus' arms? Or maybe that's someone else. I don't know. Again, that's just my prediction. We'll see.
I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any.
Okay, so this is interesting. So we see this right here. Okay, so that's obviously the 9 realms. That's Tyr. That's I don't know whether, I'm guessing maybe that's Skull and Hati. I'm just guessing. Here we see the I think this is the world tree. We see these water droplets. I wonder if that's connected to what we were able to do in the original game, where if you're driving, but when you're on the boat, every now and then you'll come across a branch of the world tree, and there's like a drop from it, and you can collect it, and it raises your stats. I wonder if that has any connection to this. I'm just, again, I'm just speculating.
Any of it.
And still I follow. Because
I do love that line from Kratos where he says, Atreus says that, you don't believe in any of this, but he says, yeah, but I still follow. I may not believe this. At least to me, it says, I may not believe in this, but I do believe in you. I trust you. That's why I still follow you.
All that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters.
And this is interesting. So yeah, we see them running into Freya. This is I'm guessing this is a tent. So maybe she ran into them while they were camping out here, and she took the mistletoe arrow, which obviously is the thing that got rid of Baldur's invulnerability and led to Kratos being able to kill him, which obviously she's going to hate that.
Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
Okay, so see, that's why I predict that maybe Atreus probably saw a vision of Kratos dying, because he says, well, who's going to protect you? Again, this is just my speculation. I could be wrong. We'll see. And Kratos says, I don't need you to protect me. And he's not wrong. I mean, dude, he's considering the things that he's faced in the past, he's fine. Trust me, he's going to be fine.
You sure about that?
All right, so this place right here, I don't know what this is. I got to be honest, I'm not all that familiar with Norse mythology. So I can't really give a guess as to where they are right now. I guess we'll find out when we play the game.
Pretender god.
Okay, so these are the two Valkyries. Now, when I first saw this, I was wondering, okay, this is a little bit weird because I thought we freed the Valkyries in the previous game. So I guess there were two more that I didn't, or actually no, I think there was. Yeah, I think I remember seeing someone announce that they were playing one of the Valkyries. One of the voice actors that I'm familiar with mentioned that she was playing one of the Valkyries in the upcoming God of War game. So maybe this is the character she was talking about.
Death can have me. Win it.
Okay, hold on, I'll go back. Let's see this right here.
Win it.
So yeah, we see. God, it goes by fast. We see them. They've got Atreus here, so maybe he was the one they were after, and they just had to push Kratos out of the way. Which, by the way, that is I've already seen so many people quote this, like, "Death can have me when it's earned me." Which, by the way, that is probably one of the most badass quotes that we've ever heard Kratos say. That was just, fucking love this. I cannot wait for this game, guys. I'm telling you. Okay, so we're going back to Helheim, which, by the way, it was confirmed that in this game, just in case you didn't know, we would be able to visit all 9 realms. So it's not going to be, I think it was, it was Asgard, Vanaheim, and there was another one. No, not Jotunheim. That was, we did gain access to it, but later on it got locked again. But there was another one I'm forgetting, but I think there were 3 that we couldn't access at all because Odin locked them. But now we'll be able to go to all 9 of them. So yeah, we will be able to go back to Helheim, obviously. Now, why? As for the story reason as to why we would go back there, I mean, we'll see.
What do you even know of godhood? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you?
Okay, so this is interesting. So that's Tyr basically telling, asking Kratos, like, what do you know about godhood? In your lifetime, has anyone ever prayed to you? And the answer actually is yes. Like, he knows a little bit about godhood, and he has had people pray to him. He has had people worship him. He does know what that's like. And I think that he probably does know what that could probably do to someone. Again, like how arrogant did Kratos get after he became the God of War, as we saw in God of War 2? Well, granted, Kratos was always kind of arrogant, but I feel like, becoming a god sort of made him even more arrogant than he was before.
In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you?
Yes.
Ever prayed to you?
Again, yes.
Can you even imagine that kind of love? No!
Actually, yes.
You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills.
So, okay, first of all, this is a cool shot. I wonder if I think I'm gonna use this for the thumbnail, because this is a pretty cool shot. And I do love what Tyr is saying here, like, accusing him, saying that you only care about, the monster that you've become And this is interesting because he's the second person to accuse Kratos of being this. And I think that one thing that Kratos is probably going to do is prove them wrong, that he can care about other people, about more than just, you know, being this monster that goes around killing.
Without cause.
Also, I don't know where exactly this place is, but I'm guessing maybe it's Vanaheim because of the tree right here. Maybe I could be wrong. We'll see.
Pause.
Okay, so here we see Kratos carrying someone. Now it's not really clear who it is. Maybe that's Angerboda. Maybe that's someone else. I don't know. I mean, she's carrying a sword. I don't think in the character art that was released officially, we didn't see Angerboda with a sword, so maybe it is someone else. Again, it's kind of difficult to see just from that angle, but we do. But as we saw, they were in Vanaheim because we see the same magic that Freya was using in the first game. Here we see them running away. It's just everything getting destroyed, which I do have an idea as to what might happen or what's happening here. Again, let's go through the trailer and we'll, because once it gets to a certain part, I'll tell you what my theory is as to what might be happening here. Them in the water. And this first of all, okay, maybe I'll use this as my thumbnail because this looks pretty damn cool. Yeah, this little right here, which by the way, when I first saw this, I thought, oh god, are they standing next to Fenrir? Which actually no, because I didn't see the other wolves, you know, standing right here. So that's obviously Skull and Hati, and we see the eclipse right here. And what we see afterwards is absolutely just amazing. Look at, just wait.
Fate only binds you if you let it.
And I sorry, before we get to it, I love that line from Kratos where he says, you know, fate only binds you if you let it. Again, a nice callback to God of War 2 where he went up against the Fates, and he he didn't care. He was like, if you don't get out of my way, like I will kill you. And he did. He defied fate. And then later in God of War 3 we had that intro where he said, oh god, it's been a while, but essentially said, you know, the hands of death could not hold me, the hands of fate could not contain me, the sisters of fate could not hold me. And that was just it once again just reminds you how fucking badass Kratos actually is. It's like fate, death, they've all tried to take him, they all failed. And I do love that he says that line. I don't know if they put that in on purpose, but it does feel like a callback to God of War 2 where he went up against the sisters of fate. And yeah, essentially the beginning of Ragnarok, because we see them chasing the sun and the moon.
Do what is necessary.
And this is interesting, the light of Alfheim. So apparently he's going to go back in, and maybe we'll actually get to see what we didn't get to see in the first game. Yeah, it looks like a mermaid, and this is a tree. And here you see Odin's ravens that we, you know, you could go around, and if you find them, you destroy them. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, how this is connected to Odin, we'll see. But this looks like the same place where when we, you know, travel between, I forget what it's called, but we use the door to travel to other places. But this kind of looks like that place, but it's also the place where Tyr hid the door to Jotunheim. It kind of looks like that place, except it's been frozen over. And I think this is in Alfheim, because I think this is that light that we saw, but I don't know what this jellyfish thing is. If you know, let me know in the comments. And this is cool. So we see actually Tyr holding the blade. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, it's interesting. I'm guessing probably Kratos was falling over. He threw the blade. Tyr caught it, and now he's helping him. You know, helping him back up. That's what I'm kind of thinking is probably happening here. Okay, so here we go. This is the moment that everyone was talking about.
We will make our own destiny.
Okay, so pause right here. Look at that, or look at that again. Look at that. Look at what Thor does right here. He snaps his fingers, and then Mjolnir comes back to him, which, by the way, that is really cool. A nice change to kind of what I think a lot of people are so used to seeing from Mjolnir, you know, because of the MCU, where he just puts his hand out and it immediately comes back to him. nice little change where he actually has to, you know, snap his fingers and call back Mjolnir. I do wonder if maybe that's going to come back. Like maybe at some point in the fight, Kratos will actually snap his finger and Mjolnir will come to him. That's just kind of what I'm, just a theory as to what might happen in the battle. But as we all know, like Kratos, you know, he's you could call him a brute, but he's actually smart when it comes to fighting. Like if he knows that Thor has to snap his fingers just to call Mjolnir back, then that's going to be something he's going to aim for. Like maybe he's going to use the axe to cut off his hand, or maybe just cut off his fingers so he can't snap, snap his fingers and call Mjolnir back. And dude, imagine if during the fight, I think this is probably their first fight, and notice how the entire land that they're standing on has been snowed over. You can see the lightning in the sky. Now, what I predict happens is, at the beginning they're going to fight, and that's what causes this right here. It essentially causes their home to be destroyed. They have to leave, and that's why at the beginning we see Kratos here in this new place. Well, him and Atreus, because their old home got destroyed, and now they need a new place, which is probably in Svartalheim, where they go meet Brock and Sindri, and maybe they set them up with a new place. And that's going to be sort of your new, kind of like how Midgard, that area you were in, was sort of like the central place where you get to explore. Maybe Alfheim or maybe Svartalheim is going to be that new place. At least that's what I'm kind of predicting. So back to this though. Back to this. What I think is going to happen, and this is just my prediction / theory, is that eventually when Kratos and Thor fight again, what I think is going to happen is Kratos, now knowing how Thor's power works, will fight him, will aim for his hand, he's gonna cut it, and then Kratos is gonna snap his fingers, call Mjolnir to him, because we know that Kratos has experience using, lightning powers before, thanks to him being the son of Zeus, and actually Zeus giving him his power in the past. He's probably going to call it back, and he's going to use it to smash Thor's head in. That's kind of what I'm predicting. He's going to sort of kill him the same way he killed the leader of the barbarians that they fought against in the events before the first God of War game. At least that's what I'm that's how he killed him in God of War 2 when he was brought back, and he basically used his own hammer to smash his head. And that's kind of what I'm predicting is probably going to happen. Or if they do that, it would be like a nice callback to God of War 2, since they've been kind of doing that a little bit, like a lot of callbacks to the second God of War game. So that's just kind of what I'm predicting is going to happen. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Or who knows, maybe this actually is their last fight. Like a lot of people are going to look at that and go, oh, this is probably their first fight. But who knows, maybe they did like sneakily show us a snippet of the final battle between Thor and Kratos, which, by the way, let's just look at this again. Let's look at how amazing this is.
We will make our own destiny.
Just absolutely amazing, fantastic trailer. And you can see the release date right there, and the 9th of November 2022. Just absolutely amazing. They did a real good job of getting, in my opinion, getting people excited to buy this game, because I've seen so many people just raving about this trailer, how amazing it looks. And let me know your thoughts, guys, as to what you thought about this trailer. Are you more excited for God of War Ragnarok than you were before? And if you enjoyed this kind of video, let me know in the comments if you want me to do more of these, where instead of just reacting to the trailer, blindly, I actually go over the trailer, I do a breakdown and give sort of my thoughts as to what might be happening, like an actual trailer breakdown. If you enjoy these kind of videos, let me know in the comments, so I'll definitely do more of them. But for now, guys, just consider leaving a like, sharing this video out there, subscribe if you're new. By the way, thank you to everyone who has been subscribing to my channel. I can't thank you guys enough for showing me some support. I really do hope you'll continue to support me in the future, and make sure to click the bell icon to be notified whenever I post a new video, and make sure that you are subscribed, because YouTube apparently still has this problem where they unsubscribe people without their notice. So just do me a favor, check to make sure you are still subscribed, and not just to me, but any other content creator that you've been following for a long time and YouTube decided to unsubscribe you from their channel for some reason. And also, again, bell icon to be notified, because that's apparently also broken for some reason, which he doesn't decide to fix. But I think that's going to be it, and I hope I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.